Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today's video I'll be reviewing this. This is Transformers Tenseg base Optimus Prime set. Now this is a Takara Tomy product. I got mine from Amazon Japan, but several US retailers are importing them if you're interested in this. Now this is basically a repaint of Kingdom Ultra Magnus, just the cab section and a little tension base that I guess supposed to be some kind of anti-gravity tension base with some really cool effects. We'll see how it goes. This is my first time actually experiencing this, so be interesting how this is put together. Now they do have the base in other colors, sold separately without a figure, so if you're interested in those and not the figure, you can buy them separately. Here's the side of the box. It shows everything that it comes with, some hardware, the screws that it's attached to, so some assembly is required, and the figure, and the back of the box. You can see Prime in both robot and vehicle mode, along with some examples of how it's used here with Prime, and some core class figures here as well. And here's the other side of the box with just Prime, and let's get this set out of the box. Here's this set out of the box. Comes with an instruction sheet. Now the instructions are in Japanese, so that might be challenging, but there's a lot of clear pictures here, so it should be self-explanatory in terms of assembly, as you can see here. And then of course you have instructions on transforming the robot and more instructions on assembly as well. So hopefully it won't be too hard. Comes with two of these sprues. One is in gray and one is in clear. Two of these bases, again in gray and clear. A bag of hardware. This bag with some string or thread, kind of like fishing thread or something. Optimus Prime's weapon, which is basically Kingdom Ultra Magnus's weapon, but molded in black. And Optimus Prime himself. Hey, let's get his gun on here. And here is Optimus Prime. Now, I know a lot of folks really don't like this mold on Kingdom Ultra Magnus, but for some reason, for me, in Optimus Prime colors, it kind of pops out. I don't know. I like it. Nice paint apps all around. I guess Ultra Magnus, and here I have Ultra Magnus, is just really plain. Probably a lot more they could have done in terms of paint apps to make the small robot for Ultra Magnus pop out. But, you know, I get it. For Ultra Magnus, it's really all about the larger robot. Now, for anyone who's curious, this is Prime using Ultra Magnus's armor, and he looks pretty much exactly as you would expect. So, really, just for anybody who's curious. Moving on to articulation of the figure, the head is on a ball joint, can rotate, go up and down. The arm can rotate 360. You can lift up at the shoulder this much. You can rotate at the bicep. You can bend at the elbow this much. You can rotate at the wrist 360. You can rotate at the waist 360. You can do the splits. You can kick this far up, this far back because of this butt panel. You can bend at the knee this much. You can rotate at the thigh, and he does have ankle tilt. And for some size comparisons, here he is next to several Primes we've gotten over the years. Here is Siege Optimus Prime, Earthrise Optimus Prime with some toy hacks, Laser Optimus Prime with some toy hacks, Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime, and Netflix Optimus Prime also with some toy hacks. Okay, let's get Optimus Prime transformed into his vehicle mode. Here is Prime in vehicle mode, and he is exactly what you would expect. A very ugly looking truck. Really, yeah, this is not a nice looking vehicle mode. I mean, there's no way around it, but much better in robot mode in my opinion. And because he doesn't have a trailer, it doesn't hide all of this junk here in the back. And for those who are curious, here's Optimus Prime with Kingdom Ultra Magnus' trailer. And it does improve the look a little bit. Almost hides the arms, but yeah, you can still see it. But it's not as noticeable. Of course, the reds don't match. Not that they should, as this is made for Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Which kind of makes me wonder what color scheme would an Optimus Prime have if he had a trailer like Ultra Magnus. I don't know. Maybe I can, if I can find extra Ultra Magnus on clearance, I could customize one for this Prime. With Prime out of the way, I'm going to start assembling the base, and it does look like you will need a screwdriver. Hopefully the instructions are not too hard to understand and I can get this base assembled correctly. It doesn't seem like you need any snippers. Looks like they're made to twist off, but you can see there's still some flashing here, so I may go back and clean it up with the X-Acto blade. First screw I'm gonna put in is this one, and you can see it's a little bit thicker at the end, as if it has a washer already installed. And I'm gonna put this black washer in here and screw it in. And from what I understand, you have to also do it on the clear one as well. So it looks like you'll need some additional tools, a snipper, and something to measure with. I'm going to use these calipers because it looks like you have to measure this piece of string. It's kind of like fishing wire that you have to cut. Now in the instructions, it does say there's a part that needs to be 23 millimeters away from each other. The distance between these two pieces is supposed to be 23 millimeters with this string, which is going to be kind of interesting to do. I've never really assembled anything like this. I'm starting to see that really it's about this set is really more about the stand, because that's going to be a lot more involved. So I'm going to run this line in here, this little hole. I know this is going to be really hard to see considering I'm using a white background and this line is practically invisible on camera. Oh, so I'm going to tie it here first. I'm going to screw this tight. Okay, I ran it through the hole. You can see that. Now the distance between this and this, as I said earlier, is supposed to be 23 millimeters, which is might be challenging to get right on the first try. So I'm just going to run this here, and then I'm going to try to measure it a bit. So this is around 23, closest I could get to 23. And I'm going to tighten this up. Alright, I think it's 23. I know it's hard to see on camera, but you're going to have to trust me. And of course, if it's wrong, we'll probably see by the results. Next, we're going to work on the bottom of the base using the same screw. Got to add the washer as well. And I'm not going to screw this all the way in because this will have more string attached as well. Now it says I need 3 of these, at least 84 millimeters. Okay, so I got one piece through this little hole. So I did tie a little knot at the end, and it actually holds. So I got all of the lines connected off camera because it's very difficult to record it at the same time. But as you can see, it's not perfectly even. I will have to adjust it. You can adjust it by unscrewing the screws just a little bit and pulling the line. One thing I would do differently if I were to do this again is after I'm done with this piece, you're going to have a long line left over. I made the mistake of not giving myself enough slack, and by the time I got to the last part, I had so much slack. But these other 2 pieces, it was very difficult for me to adjust because of the lack of having slack. So if I were to do this all over again, I'd probably take the leftover line, divide it equally in 3, and then start from there. But here it is. Okay, let's get it assembled. being careful to not get tangled. We'll start with the clear part. So this snaps into here, like so. Okay, let's bring the top up, as this piece will go through here and snap into this opposite end. And there you go. You can see what's basically keeping this up is the tension. Again, I will have to adjust because it is not perfectly level, and I'll probably do that later. Let's just put Optimus Prime here and see it hold the weight, which is pretty cool. Now, the cool thing about this set, it comes with so many extra parts. So you have these parts. This can actually go in the middle, and that can go in the middle on the top here. But you can also have them set aside and attach this. There's a little stand on the side, and this part is adjustable. So you get two sets of these, basically in clear and in gray. Actually, let me get the gray one because that might be a little bit easier to see on camera. But here you go, a little gray stand here with this part being adjustable. Now this, I didn't record assembling. It's pretty self-explanatory. You have the screws, you have the nuts here, and you just screw them in, and you have this adjustable arm. There's a couple of options for the arm. You have this claw, which personally I wished the claw parts snapped in better, that it didn't come out so easily. Unfortunately, they pop out really easily. There's not a lot of tension to them. You also get another one of these, I guess if you just wanted to extend it. And you get this. It's a smaller part that's like that for blast effects. You also get this little claw piece. Not sure what you can hold with it. And other connectors. I think this connector you can connect to these like so. Or for example, in here on the base, there are some 5mm ports here that you could plug into like so, and even here on the side. So a lot of options. Now this is the main novelty, but you do get a bunch of options, which I like. And as I said earlier, this can snap in to give it a base that's a little more solid. And then the bottom as well. Now just keep in mind that you can't really put too heavy of a figure on here, and it does have stability. It needs to balance out, right? So even though you can attach all this on the sides like that and have other figures connected to it, you do have to still retain some sort of balance in order for it to stand and not break. And just a quick example of this little balancing act that I have these core class figures doing, with Megatron up in the air firing on Optimus Prime. So a lot of cool stuff you can do. Again, you will have to make sure they're balanced just for stability's sake. But pretty cool and honestly surprisingly fun. So my final thoughts on the Takara Tomy Tenseg base Optimus Prime set. Overall, pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd like this set so much, as the main reason why I got it was for the figure. Thought it'd be cool to have the Kingdom Ultra Magnus cab mold in Optimus Prime colors, and getting this base was secondary. But now that I've been messing around with it and really just having a lot of fun with it, I kind of want to get the other two colors that they have, which is in Autobot Red and Decepticon Purple. So probably going to order those pretty soon. Assembly, at first it was a little bit challenging. You know, the instructions are in Japanese. Had to make sure I was doing it right, especially because you have the lines that once you cut, there's no going back. Now granted, they do look like they're just fishing lines, so I think if I needed to replace them, I could probably just head down to the local Walmart and get some new fishing line for it. Other than that, a lot of fun just putting different figures on, trying to balance them and make them do some cool poses. Plus you get a ton of extras like these. So a lot of stuff in this set just for the base, but really very surprised that I liked it so much. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Follow us on social media and check out our Discord. Links in the description below.